Hello, hello, once again. Alright, so, New Year's stream. New Year's even. I don't know, I keep trying to think of things to say, but I can't think of anything super significant. So, I guess I'll just sort of... Yeah, I've had all this time to prepare. I've known that I was going to do this all week, but I didn't really prepare any talking points, unfortunately. But, yeah, I do have some vague plans of what we're going to be talking about. So I suppose, might as well get into those. So, let's see, what do we want to go over first, actually? I think, since we do that normally, I suppose we'll talk about the schedule, but not just next week's schedule. We'll talk about the schedule sort of going forward, for, like, now, basically. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but, let's see. I guess, yeah, we will go over to here. Open up a document. And we'll start writing things down. So yes. So. Happy New Year, chefs. Good to have you. So yes, we are just about to get started on our little thing here. I don't know. We're gonna talk about the schedule basically right now. I've got to say, I'm surprisingly sleepy right now. I'm usually not sleepy at like 10. I usually don't. I'm going to be streaming later than I usually like to, but yeah, I'm a bit sleepier than I was expecting to be. Nevertheless, we will persevere. But yes, how are you doing on this fine New Year's, Sheps? I know that you live in a time zone where that's like an hour ahead of me, so try not to give me too many spoilers about the new year once it turns 11 here. But yes, so schedule. So the what I had planned before this week was sort of to do a doing pretty good, just a bit tired. Gotcha. My cursor was looking a little bit weird there for some reason. But yeah, so I had initially planned to do a stream like, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, put an H there, put a U there, Friday, and Saturday for this week. That's definitely not a schedule that I want to keep up. And it's not even a schedule that I'm going to keep up now because, the reason that I was going to do a stream tomorrow is because I thought that tomorrow was New Year's Eve for like this entire week up until like yesterday or something like that. Yesterday, I think. And yeah, that's not the case, as it is New Year's Eve right now. So yes, so since we're doing the stream we planned for tomorrow, today, they're not going to be streamed tomorrow. But yes, anyway, so going forward with our streams, I'm not 100% sure. I don't know, it's kind of, I don't want to erase the S. I get I get a little bit weird about schedules sometimes. I don't like to, have, ambiguity, also I should have my BGM on. I don't like to have my BGM off when we're not playing a game is what I don't like. But yes, I don't know. Basically, I like to have a schedule and then have it be the same every, like, week to week, if at all possible. But, yeah, I could conceivably, or let's just start with what I can say with confidence. So Tuesday through Friday are A-okay. They're good. These are good days. And by that I mean these are days that I can, say with confidence that I can consistently stream on these days at regular times with no particular issues. Monday is a little bit iffy. Monday's a little bit iffy. Because, Monday is sort of like the most wildly variable of all the days of the week for me. Because Saturday also varies quite a bit, but Monday mostly, or more so. Because I always work one of my jobs on Monday. Another of my jobs, I work some Mondays. I work a shift some Mondays. I have to go to a meeting other Mondays. Like, I get, I think like 2 or 3, well, it'd be, at least 3. At least 3 meetings on various Mondays throughout the month, depending on how many Mondays there are in the month, I think. Actually, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure of I'm not 100% sure of what the meeting schedule is, which is part of what makes this so iffy. But yeah. So Mondays, when I do have to go in for a shift in both my jobs, because Mondays, one of my jobs, I always have a shift, and the other, I have a shift for half of the days on my other. Man, I feel like nothing I'm saying is making sense, because it's not making very much sense to me. Let's start from the top, go a little bit slower, calm down just a little bit. Alright, so, Monday. Roughly every other Monday or so, I have to work one of my jobs. We'll say job A. Weird looking J, but job A. But yeah, I work job A every other Monday. Job B, and we might as well just, I suppose we don't need the J's, but job B I work every Monday. And then, for job A, sometimes I have to go to meetings as well on Mondays. And yeah, like three or so Mondays out of the month, and those tend to start pretty late and go pretty late. So all this is to say, it's hard for me to pick a time that I would stream on Monday, because if I want to stream in the morning, I can't always stream in the morning, because if I work, I can't stream in the morning. If I am going to a meeting, I can't stream in the evening. I can, in theory, stream in the afternoon on any given Monday, but that means that, I have to go directly from work to stream to my next job, possibly to a meeting as well. Because there's no guarantee that on any given Monday, I won't have on any given Monday for job A, just because I have, a meeting doesn't mean that I won't be doing a shift. The two are sort of unrelated. They're just on 2 different schedules, basically. But yes. So, and yeah. Pardon me, just taking a moment to recollect my thoughts. But yes. So, as I was saying, if I have to have, one job, if I have to work job A and job B and go to a meeting, then, I start at, my workday starts at about 9 or so, 8:30 sometimes, and goes up as late as 8:30 or 9 again, basically, depending on how long the meetings go. So, I don't want to add too much more onto that, as you may imagine. I don't feel like that would make for a great streaming. But yes, Saturdays are okay, I suppose. Yeah, Saturdays are pretty okay as far as days go. They're better than Mondays. I can stream well, I can't stream. I can stream. I can't form a coherent sentence is what I can't do, apparently. But we'll calm down and we'll focus a little bit. And we'll discuss some more. So, Saturdays. Once again, I work. Yeah, basically, I work every Saturday. I do work every Saturday at this point now. It's just a matter of how much I work. Because some Saturdays I work, just a couple hours. Some Saturdays I work essentially a full shift, basically. But yes, so whatever goes on, I do have the time after like the end of my last shift on Saturday for other projects such as streams or what have you. So I could do that. I could pretty easily slot a stream into any given Saturday, and have it match up with sort of the general stream time of 7:30 p.m. and all that, and not have any issues. But again, it's in this case, even though I can't necessarily say that I would want to, because again, I don't. I work basically every day of the week at this point, except for Sundays. And that's why I'm not even considering streaming on Sunday, because I get one day off. And I would like to have that day off. My apologies if you are truly desperate for more Tiberious Vanderfield content. But I will have a day off a week. I will have at least one day off a week. But yes. Where was I? But yes. So Saturday, I can fit more into it, but again, on the days that I work on Saturdays, I start pretty early in the morning, and if I have to fit a stream into that, then I will, be going, again, starting work at before 10 o'clock, finishing work around 10 o'clock. So nearly 12 hours, depending on how long the stream goes, or, all that. Just, not of non-stop work, of course. I do get breaks and all that. I eat meals. But still, very, very busy on Saturdays. So I can't... All of this is to say that I can't reasonably stream every Monday, and I can't reasonably stream every Saturday. That said, I don't work every Saturday morning, and I don't work every Monday morning. I trade them back and forth with a coworker of mine. One week I work weekends and don't work Monday. One week they work Monday and don't work weekends. The whole thing like that. But yes, and because of this, I can, in fact, maintain a 4-stream-a-week schedule, just sort of swapping back and forth on days if I want to stream in the mornings. And that is something that could reasonably work pretty well. It's something that I'm a bit reluctant to do, because I don't like to have an inconsistent schedule, but that's just a personal thing, basically. But yeah, there's no real reason for me to not do that. So I think that's probably what we'll be going for. So once again, just for clarity, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, always, then alternating Saturdays and Mondays is probably what we're going to be going back to, because I do want to get back to the 5-day-a-week stream schedule. I went down to a 3-day-a-week stream schedule so that I could have more time to work on secondary projects for the stream. I haven't mentioned that in a while, because I felt like I was mentioning it too much for a while. But I don't know. I haven't been making as good use of my time as I could have been. So essentially, I'm going to get back to the 5-day a week. I guess. Wait, hold on. I forgot the Friday. I was looking at this and I was like, hold on, that's not 4 days. That's not 5 days. Indeed, it's not, because I forgot Friday. There we go. So yes. So this sort of usual schedule with this usual schedule of these 4 days set in stone, then alternating Saturdays and Mondays as I am available. And again, if I have to I just need to a certain extent, I just sort of need to get used to and okay with the idea that, like, if I just can't stream on one particular day, I can just, like, if I'm just busy or whatever, like, I can just, like, not. I can allow myself to not stream if it just would not, if I just can't make it happen, or if I need the time off or whatever for whatever reason. So yes. So yes, the 3-day a week schedule that I adopted with the intention that I would spend the time that I wasn't streaming instead working on other projects, such as a lot of my Ni no Kuni VODs have some issues with them that need to be corrected before they can be viewed publicly once again. And I don't know, I really haven't been able to work up any what's the word I'm looking for? I haven't been able to get myself to do it, basically, unfortunately. And I was just sort of procrastinating on that very hard, so I ended up not really doing anything else. I guess, I focused on it a bit too hard, and when I wasn't able to, since I couldn't manage to do it, I just sort of ended up not doing anything in particular, unfortunately. But yes, so rest assured, we will be getting those Ni no Kuni VODs up and active again. I can't guarantee. Well, no, because the thing is, I struggle a lot with staying on task when I'm just sort of left to my own devices to organize my own time as I see fit. So, and there's nothing I can do to enforce this really, but I'm going to give myself a deadline. The Ni no Kuni VODs will be back up on the YouTube channel by the end of February. I guess, we'll go over some the year plans, I guess. January, February, March, April, May, June. They both start with a with a JU, so that I can't differentiate them by that. June, July, August, September, October, November, December. There we go. So, let's see. Goal for the end of February. VODs. Initialism, so we've got to make the letters all big. VODs back up. Actually, we'll say, rather than back up, we'll say up to date. Because one thing, I've also sort of fallen behind on my VODs. There's a lot of them that don't have tags, There's a lot of them that don't have thumbnails, and there's a lot of them that aren't public yet because I haven't been taking the time to work on that recently. Update, not update, up to date. Up to date. So yes, so that is our goal for before or by the end of February to get the VOD channel back into working order, basically. So yes, the goal for the end of January is I want to, well, you know what? Honestly, this probably won't take as long. So we're going to move this up. This will be our goal for the end of January. VOD's up to date. Our goal for the end of February is going to be, we're going to have the, we're going to be done with the, I was going to say done with the placeholders, but that's not quite. We will be finished with them. They will be no more. We're going to replace like the vast majority of our graphics here. Yes. So just sort of as we're going to take a quick look and sort of see, because I know I've looked at this before, but I've forgotten because I don't write these things down, and when I do write them down, I don't check the notes that I've made. So yes. So the prep screen and the break screen are both pretty okay, I think. I need to move the chat window on the break screen to get it in line with the one on the prep screen. And yes, these are two different scenes. They really don't need to be, but I made them as such for ease of use. Honestly, it would have probably been easier to just like make these nested scenes that I could just put up over whatever scene. But I didn't know how to do that at the time that I made these. But yes, so they're two separate scenes that I sort of switch between as necessary. So these two, I think these are pretty okay. I might do a slight revision on them, but they're mostly fine. I'm content with where they are. But yes, the studio space, pretty mediocre. I don't like it. It is what I am most displeased with, I would say. And yeah, I want to change it up pretty dramatically. But yes, then this screen is basically, it's pretty close to being done. Let me actually open up if I can remember where I put it. Where did I put it actually? Hold on. I haven't been organizing my files as very well. Here we go. I think this is it. Hold on. Alright, give me just a second here. Whoops. Here we go. Okay, we found it. Alright. It's me. I'll turn myself invisible for a second. But yes. So, and I'll get the actual windows back. There we go. So yes. So this is sort of what we're looking at for a closer to final version of what the screen that we're on right now. But yeah, it is very close to being done, I would say. Pretty close to being done. I could probably put those all in a layer or in a folder. But yes, so this will be sort of the new version of our screen for games and other stuff like that. Got a lot of sort of placeholders here, a lot of things that I'm working on with this. But yes. and have some smaller boxes instead of these, quite frankly, unnecessarily large boxes that we've got at the bottom here right now. I don't know why I thought those would be at all necessary for the size of text that we're expecting. But, oh well. And, I'm also not 100% sure. I don't know. Most of this I'm content with the layout of. I just want to sort of figure, refine things a little bit more. But yeah, for this, I've struggled a lot with deciding how I want to arrange these, because I kind of like the symmetry of the like 4 like boxes, but I can't think of what I would like put in all of them. So we'll figure that out, I suppose. But yeah, all in all, this is sort of this is more or less what the aesthetic is going to be for the finished work, and roughly what the layout is going to be as well. But yes, I guess, well, I don't know. We're here to plan and to think and stuff, so we might as well talk out loud, think out loud. But yeah, I feel like, because yeah, we can, like, the obvious thing is to have, like, the sort of scrolling messages that we've got in one of these boxes. In another box, we could put like a sort of one of those like event sort of things where it like shows like the last person to follow or whatnot, or the last activity or what have you, something like that maybe. In another one, we could put maybe like what game we're playing, just just in case anyone wants to know and it's not immediately obvious, which could be useful because a lot of every now and again we play games that don't have a category on Twitch. We were doing that just yesterday. Or was it yesterday? It was yesterday. I'm getting my days confused because I'm not used to streaming multiple times on the same day. I've never done that intentionally, I don't think. I'm not counting times when like, the stream had to be closed and reset for whatever reason. So yeah, so that's what, 3 things. And then the 4th box, I simply cannot begin to think of what I would put in it. But I'm sure I could figure something out. Actually, now that I think about it, I do have an idea. So I guess problem may be resolved. We'll get back to that. I'll have to yeah, we'll get back to that. But yes, so January, VODs up to date. So that is to say, all of the VODs that we currently have on the channel will have a thumbnail, they will have tags, they will have a description, all that, all of the good stuff. But yes, then end of February, we will have our stream graphics, as they should be. But yes, we'll just say stream graphics update. Stream graphics update. But yes, we'll have the stream graphics looking okay. We'll be rid of all the placeholders and all that. Won't have to worry about those anymore. Let's see. As well, we're also planning on. I am also planning on, I guess, the things like miscellaneous things like little graphics for the sort of various sections of the about section on Twitch. How. Let's see. Okay, I'm very sleepy right now. But yeah, like the panels underneath my like about section on Twitch. So doing little graphics for those and whatnot, perhaps. Little things to catch the eye, all that. But yeah, a banner for our Twitch page, banner for my YouTube, banner for the our Twitter. These will probably just sort of be variations on the same idea, probably. I don't see any reason to make them super different. I want to have sort of I want to have a more unified look, I would say. But yes, so that is that. Did I say update? I did. I can't write today, unfortunately. Oh wait, hold on. Update. There we go. My goodness. So sloppy. But yes. So, March. March is notable because March is the anniversary. March is the anniversary of the month of the anniversary of my streaming. I started streaming way back when in March. Give me just a second here. I keep forgetting to uncap my water bottle before we get started. Sip. But yes, so March is our anniversary, and for our anniversary, I have a very special plan. I've wanted to keep this under my hat, but I have no hat. I don't know, I'm just, I tend to want to make everything a surprise, basically. I have that, a sort of impulse like that. I always want a surprise. But, if I don't, mention things ahead of time, people can't, know about them and get excited about them. Which is probably bad for advertisement and all that. Engagement. But yes, so, for our anniversary, I'm going to debut. Which is to say that I'll have a sort of debut event. In my mind, I've always been referring to it as a debut. I've always sort of considered myself as never having debuted yet. Which, by any practical, reasonable measure of the term debut, I certainly have. I don't think it can reasonably said that I have not debuted. I've been streaming for nearly a year. I'm 2 months out from my anniversary. So, I am a streamer. By any reasonable metric. I was streaming, 5 days a week, 20 hours a week, not 20 hours a week, but 10 hours a week, my goodness. But yeah, I was streaming 5 days a week, 10 hours a week for a good several months. And all that. So it's not like I've not been streaming for real. But I guess I never made it official in my mind. So I just sort of I never made it official, basically. So yes. So for the debut, I want to do some sort of debut stuff. I want this to be sort of an opportunity for me to, be more VTuber-y, I guess. Because, I've got basic scraps of lore and stuff like that. But I want to have, by, the time of our anniversary, a thing that I can point to and say, this is an introduction to the Tiberious Vanderfield experience. This is sort of what we're about on this channel, broadly speaking. Have a little introduction that I can have an introduction, basically. Talk about my lore, get an opportunity to sort of build the character so I can sort of get into character a bit more. we've been playing pretty fast and loose with the character a little bit. I must admit, up until now. Including now, I should say. But I want to get into character a little bit more. Have more of a clearer focus of sort of what we do here. Obviously, you know, this is very much a sort of variety type of channel. I do what I want, when I want, more or less. And it just so happens, like, you know, every so often I'll have, or like when I was playing Ni no Kuni, you know, people would often be like, remark at like how I'd been playing Ni no Kuni, like so much for so long. But like, you know, that's just sort of how it be. That is how it be, as they say in this era. But yeah, like, I don't consider myself sort of a completionist. I don't see myself as getting super dedicated to any particular game. You know, I guess my notion of casually enjoying something may be a little bit different from perhaps some other people's, considering that I felt the need to do essentially 9 hours worth of video essay about Destiny 2 before I would even dare to play a single one of the DLC for Destiny 2. I did like about 9 hours worth of just talking about Destiny lore before we got into that. And that was me attempting to condense it. That was me intentionally skipping large portions of it that were not necessarily relevant immediately. But yeah, my perspective on what one does when playing a game casually on stream or just in general is probably a bit different from other people's. Because yeah, I've also been asked, like, you know, when I've sort of spent a lot of time going out of my way to do side quests in games, like I've had people remark and ask, like, oh, are you doing a 100% run? Are you doing some sort of, you know, completionist thing? And like, in my mind, the answer is, oh, obviously not. Because in my mind, just doing every single side quest that the game presents you with is just how I play games. I just, left to my own devices with the opportunity to do so, I just play games really, thoroughly. Also, I just realized April and August start with the same letter as well. And we can't have that. We can't have any confusion. You know, these 2 months that are like 3 months apart. 3 months between them. Can't have anyone mixing them up. No. But yes. So, I don't know if I made a point there. I made several points there, I think, but all of this is to say, I want to have something that I can say when people ask, you know, what's this about? What's this channel about? What's this stream about? What do we do here? And the answer is a lot of things. And I want to do more things, really. I want to do more art, because, you know, I'm a pretty competent artist, I would say. I made this model. I made these pretty reasonable graphics. My penmanship could use a little bit of work, perhaps. But yes, I'm pretty decently competent at art, but I don't practice it very much. So I'm very slow. I've mentioned this before. I'm very slow when I work, and slow and nitpicky. And I want to, you know, develop a level of confidence in my work that I don't feel the need to go in and nitpick over everything, and that I don't feel the need to go with excruciating slowness, like, okay, this isn't right. All right, no, that, no, don't want to hem and haw over everything forever, because I would say like half of the time that if not more of the time that I spend on just about, honestly, most projects not even just art projects, but most projects is just me second guessing myself. And yeah, I want to do more art on stream. And I guess just more art in general, but on stream is a good excuse for it. Want to do more art so that I can sort of break that habit somewhat, and so that I can have, consistent practice over a period of time. But yes, so these months that we have written up here are sort of the what I've thought about, what I've set in stone so far. The rest is a bit nebulous. So let me get something that doesn't have like the various months, so we don't know if we're going to put anything related to any of the months just yet. Actually, we'll leave this up. We'll just do this on a different layer so I can drag things around and erase them without interfering with what's down here. And we'll do it in a different color too. But yes, so some other topics that are on my mind that I've been thinking about are Hollow Knight. We'll just put HK. Hollow Knight, Final Fantasy XIV. Let's see, what else? Hollow Knight, Final Fantasy XIV, Conquer the Shadow World. Conquer the Shadow World, and what other games have I been thinking about? Well, I guess this is less games that I've been thinking about, and more sort of games that I've spoken about an intention to play, and that I have yet to follow up on. Let's see. Oh yeah, Breath of the Wild. The Japanese playthrough of Breath of the Wild. And there's one other, at least, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, Monster Hunter Rise. So yes. So we'll take these sort of one at a time and talk about them. So Hollow Knight. This is sort of this is the first game that we played. This is a game that I long ago promised I would go in and play some more, and I just haven't gotten around to that. But I do still want to. So I think, depending on circumstances, depending on how long it takes for me to put together everything for my sort of debut, to put together things for my debut, I think we will sort of resume Hollow Knight this in March. If not March, April. But yeah, March or April we'll aim for. And if the schedule slips somewhat, again, I have to get used to, or at least okay with, maybe not used to, but I have to become okay with the fact that things, may not always go as I expect or as I want them to. So yes, so all of that will be March-ish, Hollow Knight will be. And that will, I don't know, I can't say with any real confidence how long it will take us to get whatever percentage of completion it was that I was, the full completion is what I wanted. I don't intend to go in, I know that there's a hardcore mode where you can, go and have to beat the whole game without dying. I know that there's a boss arena thing. I don't know if that's required for the level of percentage completion that I'm going for. I want to go for one of the better endings. I understand that there's more endings and probably some better ones. I didn't go out of my way to get any particular ending. So I'm assuming I got, if there's, I don't know if there's bad endings to the game, but I'm imagining that I got at least sort of a suboptimal ending or something like that. So I think it's 112% or 114% is the proper name for whatever difficulty, or not difficulty, sorry, for is the proper name for whatever it is that I'm thinking of. I think so anyway, I'm not 100% sure. But yes, I think it's 112% is the percentage of completion that includes like all of the sort of major content for the game. So yes, so we're going to start that in March, and I can't say when we'll be done. I have absolutely no notion of how long that'll take. We got pretty close to 100% completion, I think. We might have actually gotten over 100% completion or something like that. Because I remember we had a very high percentage of completion when we beat Hollow Knight. Again, with no particular effort on my part to get 100% completion, just how I play games. I realize that sounds a little bit like a humble brag, but I do not intend it as such. But yes, Hollow Knight, March, and we're going to assume, not necessarily plan for, but we're going to assume that'll take until, we'll assume that it'll take a month and a half or so. So we'll assume that will take up April and May as well as for our main project. But yes, next, Conquer the Shadow World. I think that is something that we can do sort of concurrently with Hollow Knight. That is something we can do alongside other projects. So I'm not going to worry about, you know, setting a time frame for that or anything like that. Monster Hunter Rise. Honestly, I don't know. Because I enjoyed Monster Hunter Rise. I didn't enjoy the streaming it so much. I'm gonna be totally honest. I don't know, it just sort of, I don't know. Part of it is probably just the fact that, like, you know, for the stream I decided, you know, I wanted to use a weapon I don't normally use just for the sake of the idea of, oh, this, you know, usually I sort of prefer bow and I prefer switch axe as my main weapons in Monster Hunter, and I made a very deliberate effort to not use either of those during our Monster Hunter Rise playthrough, with the idea that you know, Charge Blade, which is what I used, would probably be, you know, flashier, cooler to look at, a better viewing experience. But all the weapons are pretty cool. All the weapons are pretty cool, and you know, again, if I'm not enjoying it, then it's probably not going to be a great viewing experience anyway. Not that I didn't enjoy Charge Blade, but I don't know. The whole experience of playing Monster Hunter Rise on stream was just kind of weird. It didn't feel quite right, and I don't know. I don't know why that was. I guess part of it was around the time that you know, a lot of my fellow streamers were also playing Monster Hunter Rise. So there was a part of me that was thinking, okay, we've got to, like, you know, I was sort of at odds with myself, because there's the, you know, normal me who goes and spends a whole lot of time reading descriptions and talking to NPCs and just sort of not really doing anything productive. And then there's the me that, you know, sort of got caught up in the Monster Hunter Rise hype and seeing other streamers playing Rise, and I was thinking, oh, I can do collabs with so-and-so, I can do this and that. Or, well, it was just, you know, collabs with so-and-so, basically. But, like, you know, I didn't want to be super, you know, I don't want to, how do I put this? Like, you know, and again, I don't want to make this seem like, I'm trying to, you know, say that any particular way of playing games is superior to others. But, like, you know, I play games inefficiently, we'll say. Inefficiently, but thoroughly. And, you know, whereas other people don't spend as much time doing things that aren't productive, doing things that, and maybe, you know, focus a little bit less on, you know, the story and all that, particularly in games like Monster Hunter, where the story is usually not a huge focus of the game. But even in games where the story isn't a huge focus, I tend to focus on what story there is, and if there isn't a story really to be had in the game, I'll try to make one up myself. And, you know, that was a lot of the fun in Conquer the Shadow World, was coming up with, you know, names for the bosses, sort of ascribing vague little, sort of humanizing them a little bit when they were just, you know, pretty just abstract shapes a lot of the time. Little icons with, like, smiley faces on them, maybe. But yeah. So that, yeah. Again, sort of a lot of sort of the issue I had with playing Monster Hunter Rise was sort of a disconnect between my desire to, you know, play alongside others and, you know, keep pace with them, but also, you know, I didn't want to rush myself in my playthrough. I didn't want to, and I definitely didn't want to be, you know, mismatched with anyone and just sort of have hunts where I would, like, just sort of barely contribute because, you know, this other person that I'm playing with is just so much, has gear that's, like, so much, higher level than mine and all that. But, yeah, it was just sort of, weird to pace. I was trying to, I wasn't able to figure out a good pace for Monster Hunter Rise because I was trying to go too many directions at once, basically. And, so I struggled to really find much enjoyment in Rise on account of that, I would say. But yes, so I'm willing to give it another try. Like, you know, obviously we're not going to start over or anything. We'll just continue from where we left off and sort of explore. I don't know, we will play games at the Tiberious Vanderfield pace. And if that means that if that means that we take an unusual amount of time in Rise, then so be it. If that means that we won't really necessarily be able on par with other folks, then so be it. But I think honestly I'm going to keep Rise in sort of the consideration category. We're going to think about playing Rise. I don't want to commit to it per se at this point. But yes, so Breath of the Wild, the Japanese language playthrough of Breath of the Wild, is another thing that I'm sort of unsure of the timing of. This is something that I definitely do want to do. Like, no doubt there, no hesitation. But again, it's something that it's hard for me to sort of think of how I want to go about doing this. Actually, you know, we'll do this now. I'm gonna be decisive. We're gonna make our decision and we're gonna stick with it. So, Japanese playthrough of Breath of the Wild. You know, I've mentioned it before. I've sort of studied Japanese off and on for about as long as I have been in this era. Haven't really made a whole lot of progress because I've not really been consistent with it. You know, I'd study for like a month or so, or a couple of months, and then I'd stop for a couple of years, and then I'd get back on for a while, and stop for another year or so. And it's not been super productive again. So just as sort of a recap of the idea behind this, the idea is, you know, by playing through a game in Japanese, and also the idea I had was, you know, when I was playing through when I was doing the Japanese Breath of the Wild playthrough, I would rather, I mean, you could too if you happen to know some Japanese, but the idea was that I would not only play through the game in Japanese, but that I would also stream only in Japanese, except for perhaps I could explain in English if someone asked, why are you speaking Japanese now when you only speak English otherwise? And sort of explain the concept behind the playthrough and why I'm doing it. And then, after that, get back to the Japanese. But yes, so this is something that's going to take a long time, I'm sure, and would probably benefit from some planning. Because initially my thought was I would just sort of go into it. But when I think about it some more, I realize that's going to be kind of really hard to watch. Because I'm just going to, like the very first, I'm going to spend so much time, looking up words that I'm, probably not going to be able to do, a shrine in our first stream. If I'm playing in Japanese, and making an effort to go through the text and try to understand it as best I can and all that. And so we can do it, but I feel like we probably shouldn't do it until we've had some more time to build up, or until I've had some more time, I guess you too, some more time to build up some more familiarity with Japanese, a better vocabulary, some more, so that I'm not, looking up every single word in basically every sentence that I read for weeks until I realize, or until it, however long it takes me to memorize, okay, here are some pretty common words and all that. Here are some pretty common words and all that. So yes, so basically this, I cannot establish a time frame for this because we need more prep. We need a little bit more prep. And I don't know when that prep will be necessarily. I suppose it's hard to plan the entire year out all in one go. But I think for right now, in terms of we won't worry about putting a specific date to everything at this point. Right now, we'll just sort of present things in order of priority, I think, or in order of not priority, but in order of order, the chronological order that I expect to do these things. Time, huh? But yes, and so now Final Fantasy XIV. To get over to this project idea. This will take even longer. Well, maybe not even longer than learning the Japanese language, but I guess we don't need to learn all of Japanese to do Breath of the Wild, but just enough to be fluent, I suppose. But Final Fantasy XIV. It's a long game. It's an MMO. An RPG. It's an MMORPG. How's that copy pasta go? The critically acclaimed, award-winning MMORPG with a free trial and all that, up to level 60, includes this and that and the other. But yes, so Final Fantasy XIV, I want to play that. I will say that one of my jobs, my hours have been significantly reduced. My other job, I do expect to be getting a raise in the not too distant future, with the upcoming fiscal year, based on what I have heard. But I don't know, I don't like to talk money because I don't want to give the impression that I, am destitute or anything like that. I'm doing fine. Don't worry about me. But yeah, Final Fantasy XIV is a game that you have to pay a subscription to play. Basically, you can do free trial up to level, I think it's 60 again. But yeah, I can't actually do that on my account because I did actually pay for the subscription at one point. And once you do that, you can't do the trial anymore because, the assumption is that you've already played the game enough to decide you like it if you've paid for it or whatever. But yeah, so the free slightly reduced content version of Final Fantasy XIV is not within reach at the minute, and yeah, on account of Final Fantasy XIV being an MMO, you know, it costs money on an ongoing basis. Not all of them do, but you know, it is a subscription-based MMO. So yeah, so I kind of want to hold off on, you know, having a thing that is just for, how do I put this? But yeah, given the fact that I do not have super duperly large amounts of disposable income. Yeah, and again, do not worry, all of my needs are met. It is just disposable income, basically. Money that I can spend completely freely without impacting any necessary purchases or savings or anything like that. But yes. So if I'm going to be paying for a game to play on stream on an ongoing basis, I would like to wait on that until... And again, I don't want to... I don't know, because I'm a little bit torn. I don't like to bring up money, again, for that purpose, and I also don't like to bring it up because I don't want to make it seem like, you know, I'm just in it for the money. I do want to, you know, be a content creator professionally. Like, I want to do art professionally, I want to do music professionally, I want to, you know, I want to do this stuff that I really enjoy doing and that I'm passionate about as a living. And, you know, they say you have to spend money to make money, but like, you know, like, there's a lot of games that I can play and I can just, you know, pay for them once and get content out of. So until such time as I, you know, am probably affiliate or whatnot, and you know, get subscriptions and all that, then I would like to hold off on Final Fantasy XIV until then, basically. And yeah, until, because yeah, the way I'm thinking of it is, you know, Final Fantasy XIV, with the pace that I play games at, is probably going to take me multiple years. Well, maybe not multiple years, but at least like a year, and a year of ongoing, like, you know, payments for this. I feel like it's not a great deal for me if I am in the situation where I am in, where I'm not making money off of this thing that I hope to do professionally in the not too distant future. But yes, you know, again, I don't like to talk about money. I don't like to talk about numbers because I don't want to make this about that. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll do. We've done one of those, so we'll get to we'll do the other. So yeah, I don't know, what is there to say? I guess but yeah, we're doing pretty good, I would say, in terms of followers, for those of you who care to hear about numbers. You know, we're at, like, I think 89 followers as of the time of recording. Basically, the only reason that I am not affiliate is because I tend to have pretty low viewership on you know, the stream itself. I tend to get pretty good viewership on VODs and stuff like that, but yeah, just not a lot of concurrent viewers, basically. But let's see. But yeah, so given the fact that, you know, I am at 89 followers, I've been over the the whatever the threshold is. I can't even remember what it is now. I've been over the threshold of followers for affiliate for a long time, so it's hard for me to say. I cannot really predict if and when I will be an affiliate and which will begin to be willing to give me money for the stuff that I do here. And I do have while I'm talking about money, I do have my Ko-Fi if you want to contribute. Again, feel no obligation to do any of this. Only put in what you feel this is worth, what you get out of it. Do not put in anything more than that. I am in no great need. I am doing perfectly fine. But yes. So with that out of the way, so yes, Final Fantasy XIV will be on hold for the time being, until such time as I can say with some confidence, that I will be getting something of a return on investment out of the time and money spent on it. But yes, let's see. I don't know, given that we're no longer putting these to specific months and stuff, I think it's hard for me to, I don't know if we need the visual aid anymore, so maybe we'll just go back to the room and hang out. Go back into the studio. So yes. Give me a second real quick to, we'll be fine. Yeah, we can deal with that later. All right. So, let's see. What else is there to say? Yeah, I was very much expecting there to be more to say about more to say about the schedule, but I guess we can talk about other games that I've been thinking about playing. We'll bring back the visual aid. Yeah, again, it's hard for me to estimate exactly how long anything will take. But yes, some other games that I picked up recently that I'm interested in playing on stream. Let's see. There we go. But yes, Pathfinder Kingmaker is one that I've gotten very recently. I picked that up a few days ago during the I say during the winter sale as though the Steam winter sale isn't still going on. But Pathfinder Kingmaker. Man, this is just not great. I want to work on my penmanship. Yeah, Pathfinder Kingmaker is another game that I feel like would take a long time. I tend to play games that take a long time, it seems like. But yes, Pathfinder Kingmaker picked up. I haven't really played much of it, but I'm a big fan of the Pathfinder tabletop role-playing game, and honestly, I'm also interested in Pathfinder. Just Pathfinder. But, of course, that is a game that must be played with others, and so this is something that I may have to discuss with collab partners, perhaps. We have talked a little bit about tabletop role-playing games, but we haven't made any, concrete decisions about anything. So, for clarity's sake, we'll say Pathfinder Tabletop RPG. Let's see. I'm always thinking about Pathfinder. It's been a good long time since I played Pathfinder, but I've never stopped thinking about playing it, basically. But yes. just a second here. Chuckle and give me just a sec. I'm gonna take a sip as well. Sip. I've received a text related to the new year, so I must respond in a timely manner. Alright. Let's see. Pathfinder, Kingmaker, Pathfinder, Tabletop RPG. Let's see. Other things I'm interested in. A friend of mine got me a game by the name of Chroma Squad. Yeah, it is sort of as I understand it, it's sort of like a turn-based strategy game themed around essentially sort of a group of sort of tokusatsu heroes. So, you know, your Kamen Riders, your Power Rangers, more so Power Rangers than anything. But, I think. But, don't know a whole lot about that game either. I tend to go into games without knowing much about them. But yeah, Chroma Squad as well. I've been interested in for a good long while, but only just recently, you know, acquired a copy via this friend of mine. Thank you very much, by the way, if you happen to be listening. But that's an idea. Another game that I picked up recently that I am pretty interested in, Crosscode. Let's think. Are there any other games in particular that, I guess these are, you know, games that I'm interested in that I picked up recently. Some other games that I haven't, that I picked up just in general, but not recently. Destiny 2 not Forsaken, sorry. Destiny 2, Shadowkeep. Yeah, I have, having been playing Destiny 2 for the sake of Forsaken on stream here, has made me realize again how much I enjoy Destiny 2. So we might we're not going to continue immediately, but there's a good chance that we will continue on with Shadowkeep, and then perhaps Beyond Light, and then perhaps The Witch Queen once that comes out. Of course, none of this is going to happen before Witch Queen comes out, I will say. None of this is going to happen before Witch Queen comes out, so we're definitely not going to be playing Witch Queen at time of release. I can guarantee that. But, let's see. So these two in the world of Destiny 2. Let's see, anything else? But yeah, not anything in specific, but, you know, more speed running. Yeah, speedrunning. Let me collect my thoughts again so that I can say things that are comprehensible. So, Jamestown. I definitely want to do some more sort of theory with regards to the route, what we can do. But yes, sort of seeing how the various conveyances in Jamestown Plus and in the DLC can potentially help take time off, what they can be useful for. But yeah, again, I need to actually, you know, reach out to the rest of the Jamestown speedrunning community to see if there's any particular interest in, you know, Jamestown Plus. And I guess even if there isn't any particular interest in Jamestown Plus, you know, if I can be the only Jamestown Plus runner, I guess. An empty crown, that is. Or a hollow crown, perhaps, that is. But yeah, I don't know. I want to sort of see what more can be done with Jamestown Plus. because I'm definitely more of the type of person who's inclined to sort of experimenting and theorizing than I am with just sort of going in and just focusing down, grinding times down and all that. Not that I, wouldn't be willing to do that, of course. It's something that I have done, something that's, not unenjoyable. But, doing a theorizing is just sort of more exciting to me, I guess. So, speedrunning, Jamestown Plus, sort of at the forefront of my mind. But beyond that, there's a lot of other games that could be interesting. And that looks a little bit like Jamestown. So let's there we go. That's better. Now it looks a bit less like Jamestown. But yes, and we'll put a little circle around these so it's clear that they're connected. And then, potentially other games as well. I think I've had suggested to me, like, not necessarily a speedrun, but sort of speedrun adjacent, ideas like Link to the Past randomizer and all that. I don't think I would do that necessarily right away, primarily because I've never played, never played is inaccurate, but, oops. I have not, I have played A Link to the Past before, but I've never beaten it. I don't think I've ever gotten so far as to get the sword. Have I gotten the sword? I think you get the sword or the lamp first. Whichever of those you get first is, I think, the only item that I've gotten. I know that you get, like, both of those in, like, before the end of the tutorial dungeon, but actually, no, I think I've gotten both of those. I've seen a lot of people play, the vast majority of my experience with A Link to the Past is with randomizers, watching other people play randomizers, to be totally honest with you. So it's hard for me to Happy New Year to you as well, Shups. Indeed. But yeah, we're still 42 minutes out on my end from the time that 2022 catches up to us. But yes. Let's see, where was I? Oh yes, A Link to the Past. So, if I was to do, a randomizer or anything like that, I would want to, like, play the game first so that I can, like, appreciate the difference, basically. Have, a basic idea of where I might go to find things. But yeah. So, I do have A Link to the Past. I've got a copy of it that I purchased for the Wii eShop that I transferred over to the Wii U. So, when that was a thing that you could do. I suppose that is still a thing that you can do, I think, but, transferring your stuff from a Wii to a Wii U. But, yes, the point I was making, I do have A Link to the Past. So it is very much, easily accessible and playable to me at the moment. But, I don't want to specifically commit to that. I do want to play Legend of Zelda games, more of them. Because I haven't really played very many, and they are pretty influential in gaming. I would like to, I guess sort of in general. I want to try and get some more, play some more of the classics, I suppose. But yeah, I'm definitely not the sort of person who sort of feels like, in any given, whether it's games or movies or books, like, I don't feel like there's certain things that you just have to watch, you have to play, you have to listen to, in order to be a real fan or anything like that. But I do want to, experience some of these classics that other people grew up with and all that. and that have so thoroughly shaped the this medium that I'm so interested in. Because, you know, I've played like the original Legend of Zelda, not quite long enough to get to a dungeon. I played Super Mario Bros. Or the NES version of that. I think I got to like World 4 or 5 or something like that. I don't think I've ever gotten a double-digit number of stars in Mario 64, but I played it. I played the DS version even. So yeah, I suppose we'll just sort of say classics. We're interested in classics. A classical education. But yeah, just sort of some more video game media literacy, I suppose, is what I want to develop. Sort of a touchstone, or to see some of these sort of cultural touchstones. So, again, things like sort of some of the older Legend of Zelda games and Mario games, things like Chrono Trigger. I have Chrono Trigger as well. Maybe some of the older Final Fantasies, 7, 4, 5 are the one. Or wait, yeah, those are the ones that I'm particularly interested in. Or no, wait, hold on, actually, which one's 4 again? That's the one with Cecil, I think. Which one's 5? Because 6 is the one with Terra in it. And 7's the one with Cloud in it, I know that much. I mean, that's far from the only Final Fantasy product that he's been in, but you get the idea. But yes. So, I think Terra's in 6, I'm pretty sure. So which one's 5? Is 5 what I'm thinking of when I'm thinking of 4? Because I thought it was like Cecil, Terra, Cloud. But yeah, and of course, there are also the even older Final Fantasies that I've never really thought about enough even to develop an opinion on whether or not I want to play them. They would definitely be another sort of interesting historical piece. That's it. But yes, so there's that. Pardon. What are some other things that I'm interested in? I guess sort of outside of the realm of games a little bit. Some more informative content, I will call it. So things a bit like, our Destiny content that our Destiny lore streams, sort of streams that are mostly just about, I take some time to research a thing, and then I talk about it for a bit. Because I do tend towards playing games, going into things just more or less completely blind on stream. Sometimes that's because I, just don't plan things out super far in advance. I just don't plan things very far in advance, so I just don't have the opportunity to look up information about them if I want to at all. And in addition to that, sometimes I just don't want to look up information about things because I don't want spoilers. And that is well and good. I do sort of want to do more games that I'm familiar with, sort of more games that I can sort of where the thing is where the stream is less sort of my first reactions to a game, and more so sort of insights about the game, sort of sharing maybe trivia about it, sharing analyzing the game design, perhaps the graphics, music, things like that. Because I've got to say, I very much like the content of that nature that exists in the world. But yeah, you know, despite the fact that I am here, you know, a VTuber, a streamer, a lot of my early inspirations, and even sort of still my major inspirations, are you know, Let's Players, various Let's Players, particularly Chugga Conroy, Chip Cheesem. Sort of when I like to watch Let's Plays, I tend to prefer Let's Plays that are, you know, very much, you know, sort of well researched and thorough. I like people who I like watching people play games very thoroughly, much in the same way that I like to play games. And so, sort of, I want to every now and again. So maybe we'll alternate with our major game projects between games that you know, I'm just doing for the first time and don't have any real experience in, and I get to have the joy of discovery, and alternating between sort of games where I get to make discoveries about the game as I'm playing them, and alternating between that and games where I have you know, where I am speaking from experience. I'm speaking from you know, personal experience from having played them before, and talking about you know, research that I have done into the game, taking the time to sort of analyze some parts of the game. And I feel like that's definitely the sort of thing that's easier to do, you know, if you're doing sort of if you're not doing live content, if you're doing, you know, something that's pre-recorded, so you know, you can edit it, you can say, okay, I have this much footage, I can expect the video to be this long, so I can talk about this, you know, I can expect to, yeah, it's easier to plan around if you're doing, you know, edited content, I suppose. And I suppose we could always, in theory, you know, do it live and then edit it down or something like that if I wanted to have a more succinct, more Let's Play style video. But yeah, I don't know. The very concept of editing videos is just a little bit intimidating for me at this point, because I've never really done it for a very long time, and the only edits that I've ever done for videos have been extraordinarily simplistic, and again, were years and years ago. So yeah, so the idea of editing videos is a little bit intimidating for me, and to be honest, that's a lot of the reason why I've been reluctant to go in and try to fix those Ni no Kuni videos that are not that are no good. Because then I'd have to, you know, go in and I'd have to figure out what editing software I want to use, and I'd have to figure out how to remove the stuff that I don't want in them. But that's a good skill to learn. Because, yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I do sort of want to do a little bit more edited content. I wanted to do a non-zero amount of edited content. So we'll put that in as a thing. Informative and edited content. Yes. But yes, I want to do a non-zero amount of edited content, and that's probably going to take the form mostly of taking streams and just sort of, you know, trimming them down a little bit. Maybe doing highlights, maybe doing, you know, more sort of like your point pros and your small ants and other such content creators, where they, you know, will do a stream and then they'll, you know, condense it down to remove some of the less engaging parts of it, or all that. But yeah, that's a thing that we could do. And obviously, I don't want to that to take the place of, you know, the stream and of the VODs and all that, that would be a thing that I would upload in addition. Possibly on a different channel, possibly not. But, yeah, some more edited content, and, let's see, what else is there to say on that? Did I spell edited correctly, actually? Now I'm not sure, looking at it. Hold on. Yes, I did, okay. We're all good. It's fine. These are the sorts of things I worry about. Whether or not I spell edited right on stream. We'll just have to fix it in post if I don't. But yeah, while I'm talking about Smalland, I will say a non-zero portion of the my wanting to do some more edited versions of the live content that I produce here is because I did, like, you know, at one point on one of his streams, he sort of mentioned that, brought up sort of the idea of, you know, since he edits his own sort of, you know, highlight videos and, you know, takes streams and condenses them down, you know, that's a good way to sort of improve as a streamer, because, you know, you have to go in and you have to watch your videos, which I'm not great about doing. Audio issues tend to stick around for a long time because I don't often review my VODs. I don't do so anywhere near as often as I should do. But yeah, because you have to go in and you have to watch your videos and you have to, you know, see, okay, what's working, what's not working, what am I, you know, good with, what do I need to improve upon, and all that. And yeah, just the fact that, you know, editing your own content, you know, making highlights, making clips, things like that, forces you to do that. You know, forces you, or not necessarily forces you, but puts you in a very good position to, you know, analyze yourself, analyze your performance, and see where you can improve. And I can definitely see the logic in that. I definitely think that is something I could probably stand to benefit from. If nothing else, I could stand to benefit from, you know, looking over my VODs a little bit more. Because, yeah, I've got a lot of ideas of sort of, I don't know, I was about to say something, but that's not super relevant. But yeah, it is hard for me from the perspective of me streaming right now to sort of say, okay, what is the viewing experience like? Because the experience of doing the stream is very much different from the experience of, you know, experiencing the stream. Because when I'm here, you know, I know exactly what I mean to say. I know exactly what I mean to say, but what I mean to say and the actual idea that I convey can be somewhat different. And a lot of the time, it sort of goes the opposite way, where I'll sort of start speaking something, and then I'll realize that I've gotten confused midway through, and I'm not entirely sure if the point that I'm trying to make now is the point that I started out the sentence trying to make, because I lost track of where I started. And well, what do you know? It just happened now. But yeah, I'll lose track of where I started, and I'll lose track of whether or not I'm doing a good job of explaining it. And you know, it's hard for me to have any notion of that from the driver's seat, so to speak. But yes, yeah, we've still got about 30 minutes here, and got a lot of things to think about. Yes, so for that, I'll be right back. Basically, I'll be right back, and then we will resume sort of our talking and our thinking. Hello, hello. I've returned. So yes. So I think now, since we are getting to the end of our time here, and I've spent about as much time as I feel like, yeah, I've written down all the ideas that are sort of floating around in the top of my mind. And anything else would require just sort of dredging up new ideas and just spending a whole lot of time thinking, is this something that I'm thinking about? But if I need to think about whether I'm thinking about it, I'm not thinking about it. So yeah, so one other thing that I've been meaning to do, more so on my own time, but since I'm here, since we need to, since we're here, I feel like this is a pretty reasonable, time to do it, basically. But yes, so I realized I didn't at all say what I was talking about. But, so, a little while ago, another VTuber that I'm quite fond of, Kongo Kokoretsu, did a stream about self-evaluation. Here's a link to it. You can all go and appreciate that video. Get something out of it, I hope. But yeah, so basically, the idea of taking the opportunity to sort of analyze your performance, sort of go in and sort of critique yourself a little bit to some degree, sort of write down traits of yourself, not necessarily good things and bad things, just things about yourself as a performer in this case, as sort of a VTuber streamer, and use that as a basis for sort of plans to if you find these things are true and you think I'm not so fond of this, or I wish I did this more, or I wish I did this less, or whatnot, this is a place to start from, because you've got to know what the problem is before you fix it. You've got to know what the good thing is before you go in and try to enhance it, to do it more, or what have you. So we're going to, once again, thank you very much, Kongo Kokoretsu, for your ageless wisdom. But yes, so we're going to take a little bit of time here to close up this stream by doing a quick evaluation on myself. I always talk, not always. I tend to strongly to talk, to use the term we and us when I am referring to myself. Because, I don't know, I guess I see this as sort of a shared experience, but like, in the end, there's only one person behind the webcam right now. So yes, these are things that I, Tiberious Vanderfield, have sort of observed about my own streaming, that I would, want to make sure that I am aware of, so that I can fix problems, so that I can enhance strengths and all that going forward. So let's see. Sort of the most significant factor in my mind that I'm thinking of right now. Yes. Actually, you know what? Let's just do this in text, because it's going to be easier. I could pull out the old word processor to make this a little bit easier, but I don't want to do that because that would take too much time to set up. So we're just going to do this in text in this art program. So yes. So I am, as a VTuber, slow to make connections, I would say. Let's say to reach out to others. I very rarely do that. It takes me a very long time to sort of get comfortable with the idea of contacting other streamers, or you know, even beyond just you know, actual collab stuff. Just I struggle to even like you know, comment a lot of the time. Yeah. Slow to reach out to others. And I know, you know, I said this isn't necessarily supposed to be sort of a series of self-dunks, but yeah, the things that are sort of close to my mind are sort of the issues, I suppose. Yeah. Rarely responds to others on social media. I've had a few people sort of reach out to me in various degrees, usually in sort of like, you know, tag such and so people with, you know, this, you know, answer this question, and tags so and so many people, and they will answer the question, have them answer the question. And, you know, not like I don't want to participate in things sort of like that, but I'm not very vigilant about Twitter. I spend very little time on Twitter, which is not necessarily a bad thing, depending on circumstances. But I spend very little time on Twitter, and when I do see these things, I get nervous a little bit. I mean, again, social media is not the best thing that has happened to this world, I will very much say. But, you know, I want to have some, yeah, if people want to, you know, contact me over it and all that, someone says it's a requirement, they're lying. That is true. Social media is not a thing that is necessary. It's a thing that can be expedient. It's a thing that can be useful, I would say, even. But it's far from necessary for basically anything. Unless your whole brand is your social media presence, then it's absolutely not necessary. And I would certainly like to my brand to be more than just my hot takes on Twitter and whatnot. My tweet chains. And man, whenever I talk about social media, I feel like I'm a bajillion years old, because I have absolutely no idea. I have absolutely no idea what anyone does on social media, to be totally honest with you. I see posts and I think that's a nice post, but I don't like them because I just don't think to do it. I see people make a post and I think, oh, that's neat, and I don't retweet it or anything like that, because I just don't think to do that. That's just it doesn't come naturally to me. Social media doesn't. And I don't want to, you know, become obsessed with social media. I don't want to become obsessed with it. I don't want to make it a focus. I want it to be a means to an ends. But right now, it's hardly even a means to an ends. It's just sort of a thing that exists. My Twitter presence. I'm just kind of there. And, you know, if someone wants to reach out to me on Twitter or what have you, you know, I don't want to give the impression that I, you know, just am not, I don't care for their approach. I want to be able to respond to things in a timely manner and relatively consistently. But yes. So on to something a little bit less of a self-dunk, as I put it. Pretty cozy, I would like to say. I think. But yeah. But yeah, we keep it calm and yeah, calm, chill, low energy, sort of terms like that I would use to describe the vibe here, so to speak. But yeah, that is very much a a deliberate effort on my part to try and keep things, you know, to keep things like this, you know, keep things relaxed, keep things calm and all that. Just because that is sort of I don't know, I just like that. That's just sort of the idea that I like to have. I like to think of my stream as a place where people can go when they are just sort of you know, tired of having to of being, you know, when they've spent a whole lot of energy and you know, want to be somewhere where they, you know, they're not sort of you know, being bombarded by hype and big excitement all the time. You know, I get excited here and there. I get excited here and there and all that. But you know, I try to maintain. I don't like yell or anything, though. To be fair, that is largely just due to the fact that it would disturb the people I live with, because they, I think, yeah, they're probably all asleep by now at this point, or at least, if not asleep, they're trying to go to sleep. And yeah, I know some of the people that I live with, some of the two people that I live with, go to bed like about the time that I start streaming. So I could not be loud if I wanted to without disturbing them. But let's see. Reasonably skilled in a wide variety of maybe not wide variety, but a variety of tasks and games. But yeah, I've honestly kind of surprised myself with my level of competence in platformers in particular, because I've always thought of myself as being pretty bad at platformers. I wouldn't say that I'm great at them now, or that I think that I'm particularly good at them now, but I've been surprised at how well I've done at them in the times that I've played them on stream here. But yes. Let's see. Patient, perhaps? Patient. Am I patient? That's hard for me to say, to be honest. Because it's sort of I feel like that's a quality that's hard to judge about yourself. Am I kidding? I am not kidding. I am genuinely not 100% sure. Defining trait. All right, we'll leave that there then. Because yeah, I guess the thing about it is, you know, when you don't feel patience, you know, you only feel when your patience begins to wear thin. So I never feel patient. I only ever feel when I'm not patient. So it's hard for me to say if I am patient or not, I guess. Yeah, nobody's ever more than waiting for others to finish a task. Yeah, I don't know. Like, again, the way I think of it, the reason I sort of have difficulty saying, you know, definitively, or that I don't feel that I struggle to say this definitively, is because it is tempered impulses and reasonable expectations. Fair enough. But yeah, I guess, yeah, because again, the way I was sort of thinking of it was like, you know, patience as sort of, I guess less so a quality and more so as sort of as a mood that you're in. Like, you don't ever, you know, get home from work and think, I feel pretty patient today. Sometimes you get home from work and you very much feel that you don't have much patience for things. So that's sort of how I sort of struggle to quantify patience. But I will say it. I very much like your insight there. I think that's valuable to keep in mind. It'll help me to it helps me to think about this in another light, I guess. Yes, thank you. Let's see. But yeah, one thing that I bring up pretty often, thorough in gameplay. But yeah, I like to check around. I like to, make sure that we're, not missing anything and all that. And I don't play carefully, I would say. I don't play cautiously. I play very recklessly, in fact, I would say. At least I play I play in a way that I consider reckless. Again, there's a certain aspect of, certain aspects of different people having different perspectives on different qualities. But yes, I'm very thorough when I play games. Not, I'm not a really hardcore completionist, but I'm very much the type of person that if a side quest is offered to me, I will do it unless it's just extremely onerous, or extremely vague or something like that. Like, if someone comes up to me and says, okay, there's like 100 things hidden throughout the world, all over this like huge map. We're not going to mark any of them on your map, and we're only going to tell you, how many you have when you get another one. Like, that's the sort of side quest that I wouldn't be particularly interested in completing. But if someone comes up to me and is all like, an NPC comes up to me and is all like, okay, go over to this cave here and fight these these creatures and bring me this and that, then I will almost always, go out of my way to do that. But let's see. Yeah, I guess, I don't know, this isn't really a quality, I guess, or this isn't a thing of, a thing that I do or don't possess right now. But yeah, well, yeah, so, no, I shouldn't talk about it, because this is the self-evaluation portion. But yeah, we're getting very close to midnight now. I think this will probably extend a little bit beyond midnight, but yes. Thorough in gameplay. What else do we want to go with? Let's see. I would say soft-spoken. Polite, perhaps. But yeah, I don't know. I would say I do need to, I don't know if this is necessarily an issue of sort of the way that I, speak, of the way that I deliver my speech, or of the current settings that I have on my microphone plugins, but I do think that my microphone, for whatever reason, does tend to pick up my voice a little bit harshly. It sounds a bit harsh sometimes, especially if there's little or no background noise. I think I might just have a little bit too, honestly, I think that's probably just an issue of I have, my compressor is probably a little bit too aggressive. I probably need to turn the, what's the setting on it? I've forgotten. I need to, there's a setting that you can switch that, not switch, but attack, the attack. So basically, a compressor, for those of you who don't know, essentially just sort of takes audio and reduces the loud parts of it and increases the quiet parts of it, so that I don't just sort of trail off and all that. If I start to I don't get too quiet if I start to trail off, and if I really start to speak up, then it doesn't get too loud, something like that. But yeah, so the attack is sort of how long it takes for the it to fully kick in, basically, to go from whatever it is to the level you set it to compress to. Yeah, I think I need to reduce the attack on my compressor, just or increase it, I guess, make it longer, because sometimes it feels like my voice comes in a little bit too harshly sometimes. And again, it's not so much an issue if I've been talking for a while, and it's not so much an issue if there's background noise, but in quiet scenes, I tend to, I feel like I come in a bit too loud sometimes. But yes, I guess that is not necessarily a quality of me, though. That's a quality of my microphone settings, which I would have to evaluate separately. Oh, also midnight passed without me paying attention because I was in the middle of talking. So, it is officially 2022 in this particular part of the world. Just taking a moment to appreciate that, because yeah, it's been a long journey so far, and it is very much my intention that we will be journeying together for a lot longer, and I'm so glad to have started this journey with everyone. But yes, let's see. Let's get back to the self-evaluation. What else is there to be said? But yeah, there's probably a lot more to be said. But again, I haven't really spent a whole lot of time watching my own VODs, though it can be hard to. Yeah, again, the experience of streaming is very different from the experience of watching the stream, and it would benefit my stream, I think, if I familiarized myself a little bit more with the viewing experience, so that I could, calibrate that, make it smoother and better and nicer and all that. But yes, let's see. I'm trying to think of a way to word this, but stick-to-itive, I guess. Stick-to-itiveness is a term. So I'm going to assume stick-to-itive is. It's probably not spelled this way. I think it's spelled with a U, actually. Let me look that up. Oh no, it is spelled with an I, with an O. But yeah, stick-to-itive. Yes, I tend to, I'm good at, once I have committed to something, I'm good at sticking to it. It is making the commitment in the first place that I struggle with. Give me just a second here, because I accidentally screwed on my water bottle cap again, and I don't want to terrify you all with the horrible screeching noises that it will make as I remove it. Alright, we're good. Sit. So yeah, so once again, I don't have trouble finishing, well, I do have trouble finishing projects, and I have difficulty starting projects, but I don't have difficulty continuing projects, if that makes sense. But, let's see. Some other things, tends to procrastinate, intimidated by video editing, and it's almost certainly nowhere near as bad as I feel like it probably would be, as my fear tells me that it would be. But let's see. So yeah, accommodating, I would say. I make an effort to be at the very least. Hold on. Did I spell accommodating right? Maybe this isn't such a big deal, but it is spelled with an O. Okay, we're good. But yeah, sort of a flip side to that is I tend to, I'm a little bit, yeah, weak presence in, I feel like I have a little bit of a weak presence in collabs, basically. I feel like I often, at least from my perspective, I tend to stop and give people, to not speak, even, you know, when nobody else is speaking, just in case anyone else tries to speak up, because I don't want to speak up over anyone else accidentally, and so I tend to be pretty quiet a lot of the time. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Reasonably. Man, the text. I really wish I had pulled up a text editor now, because this is kind of not super responsive. But yeah, reasonably wide vocal range, I would say. Limited vocal control, though. But yeah, I have difficulty sort of modulating my tone when I'm doing voices and giving sort of doing like not necessarily accents, but just sort of like changing cadence, changing tone. I talked about this again yesterday during the our visual novel night last night, but you know, when I do a voice, it like whatever voice I'm doing, unless I, you know, am directly imitating a voice that I have just heard. Yeah, weak presence in collabs. We literally couldn't do Tuesdays without you. I mean, I don't mean weak presence as in, you know, I'm not good at collabs. I mean, I mean weak presence as in, I tend to be very quiet, and I tend to be very quiet for extended periods of time, or at least I feel like I am. I tend to I will pretty much always, if anyone else is talking, I will always cede the microphone to them. You have to agree? All right. Or disagree? Fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, I guess we'll strike that through then. Because yeah, I don't know. I feel a bit like personally, like I could contribute more to the conversation. Yeah, keep it as a maybe. It's valuable to be introspective. Yeah. We won't strike that through, but we'll put a asterisk. Put an asterisk and italicize it. Because yeah, I guess again, I'm sort of only speaking from the perspective of how it feels to do the streams, not so much from the perspective of, you know, how I actually appear on streams. Because again, I don't watch my VODs quite as much as I probably should be. Let's write that down as a quality. Somewhat yeah, rarely reviews performance. Oops. yes, this text entry is very laggy for me as well. Like, it takes a long time for the text to appear when I start typing it. That is not a trick of the stream or anything. That is happening on my end as well. But let's see. What else is there? What else is there? Yeah, if you have anything you would like to suggest, please feel free to do so. I guess this is, you know, self-evaluation, but I don't know, I try to be yeah, I don't know. If you have any other insights, I would be very interested to hear them. But let's see. Let's see. I would say tends to yeah, I tend to sort of outrun my thoughts, basically. I don't know if that turn of phrase makes sense to anyone else, but you know, I tend to when I am talking, sometimes I try to or I tend to speak at what I feel like, again, from my perspective, is a relatively quick speed. I tend to talk what I feel like is relatively quickly, and in doing so, I often sort of stumble over my words. I often sort of you know, start reading a sentence aloud before I you know what the end of the sentence is in games sometimes, so I don't always know the appropriate tone to take in the sentence. Let's see. Yeah, I think you're doing fine, just need to carve a niche and refine it. Yeah, because yeah, I don't want to give the impression that I think that I am doing poorly or anything like that. You know, this is just sort of an opportunity to look at just various qualities of myself, not sort of not a judgment of this is good, this is bad, per se. I'm just sort of trying to get a read on, trying to sort of analyze things, how I feel I am doing, and sort of see about, yeah, just honestly don't know what to say. Fair enough. Gotcha. But yeah, and working on that niche is definitely one of my goals for going forward. Because yeah, I would say if there's anything that I sort of want to do, I sort of want to lean in a bit more to sort of maybe take a slightly more soft-spoken tone even. Or, I don't know, maybe not, I don't know, I'm already pretty soft-spoken. But, I don't know how exactly to describe it. But, not more soft-spoken. I think that's fine. But I want to make my delivery a little bit more smooth. Basically, I want to, sort of to address this most recent, you know, this part that I have, brought up here. And, yeah, to spend a little bit more time before I begin my sentence, deciding where I want to go with the sentence, so I don't end up rambling quite as much, so that I can make my points a little bit more concisely and a little bit more clearly. Because I very often end up, you know, while talking, sort of forgetting what I was going to say. I often get confused as to my own metaphors, basically. So, going a little bit slower with my speaking. I guess, yeah, not speaking more softly. Though, again, I do sort of want to tweak my compressor a little bit to maybe get a little bit more performance or a little bit better performance out of it. But, yeah, I don't want to aim to speak softer. I want to aim to speak a little bit slower. To speak a little bit slower and a little bit more confidently. But yeah, to spend less time stuttering, to spend less time trying to retrace my steps in a conversation, to try and figure out what I started off the sentence as saying. But yeah, I want to plan out what I'm going to say, and I want to say it concisely, and I want to say it clearly, and I want to say it without confusing myself, because when I start confusing myself, I feel like I'm confusing other people, probably. And part of that is probably, like, there's this concept I know of called the illusion of transparency, I think is what it's called. And it's basically the idea that when you're, like, nervous, you tend to assume that other people sort of are perceiving your performance the same way that you do. Whereas, generally, like, unless you just have a very high opinion of yourself and of your performance, like an unrealistically high opinion of it, generally, you know, if you are, like, however you judge yourself is probably, you are probably judging yourself more harshly than other people are, basically. If you feel like, you know, you're so nervous, like you're just tripping over yourself, you may still be coming off as a lot more composed to other people. You might be doing, you know, other people might see you as doing a lot better than you feel like you're doing. And this is, you know, very broadly true, even among people who are, you know, otherwise pretty confident. There's sort of this idea that, you know, when you get nervous, even if you're not nervous all the time, when you get nervous, you tend to assume that you're doing worse than you are. Whereas, you know, other people very likely, you know, perceive you as doing just fine when you are noticing all these little mistakes. Because yeah, it's very much a difference in the perspective of the performer versus the person seeing the performance. But yes, but yeah, I feel like this isn't a whole lot, but we've definitely done a lot of discussion here, and yeah, a lot to think about, Yeah, I should say I don't feel like this is a whole lot in terms of different concepts, but I would say that this is, for a first go around, I think this is pretty good, and you know, it's a pretty reasonable list of qualities, I would say. But yeah, I guess, well, actually, I was gonna say I would want to put down, you know, what I was talking about before about the quality of tending to you know, ramble and talk faster than I think. But we already did that. But yeah, I think for right now we will call it quits. Or not call it quits, but we'll finish up for tonight. Because yes, it is past midnight on this stream that I intended to go until midnight. Got a little bit away from us there at the end. But yes, let's see. Anything else to go over before we finish? No, I can't think of anything in particular. But yes. So next week, we're going to, you know, put out another schedule. I'm going to do my best to put those out pretty consistently. try to have a little bit more of a plan going forward. But yeah, what? I'm gonna pull up Clip Studio Paint real quick because I can't remember what I was planning on doing for January. Oh yeah, VODs. Working on VODs. So nothing. I don't have a specific game idea in mind for January. So I'll just probably keep at what we've sort of been like doing a little bit of Destiny. Or actually, no. Well, no, we did the Forsaken storyline, so we're done with Destiny 2 for right now. Yeah, honestly, that ended very abruptly. I was very surprised by that. But yes. So I have absolutely no idea what we're going to be doing come next week. But we're going to be doing something, I'm sure. And for now, we're going to do a raid. So as always, if anyone has any raid targets they would like to suggest, please go and do so. And in the meantime, I will take a sip. And if you don't have any suggestions, I can always pick someone out, of course. Sip. Thanks for the stream. Thank you for being here, Sheps. But yeah, it means a lot. It means a lot to everybody who stops by. But yes, did you have anyone in mind that you would like to go and drop by before we, or I guess after we finish up here? Not before we finish up here, because, you know, it's the raid, but yeah. Give you a minute here. Oops. But yeah, already hanging out with Vanderfield there. She's climbing a mountain on Horizon Zero Dawn. Alright. Sounds pretty good to me. Then, let's go and set up for a raid for Vanderfield. So yes, she is a Valkyrie VTuber, for those of you who are not aware. But yes, as Shep said, she is currently playing Horizon Zero Dawn. So, let us get ready for this raid. Alright, we are ready to go. So, our raid message is, as always, we have arrived. But yes, thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Yeah, appreciate it. It's going on 10 hours right now. But yeah. Yeah, Svella does some long streams. I can scarcely imagine doing a 5-hour stream, let alone a 10-hour stream. But yeah, I guess I did do like a 5-hour stream once, and it was it was an experience that I am not eager to repeat. But yeah, so all kinds of props and accolades to Svella Persera for her incredible strength and resilience in the face of streaming. But yes. What point was I making? Oh yes. Thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you for being with me throughout this year. It has been very good. I hope to make the next year as good, if not better. In fact, you know what? I'm going to commit to it. We're going to make next year even better. And the raid's about to go off, so thank you all for being here tonight. I hope you have had a fine night. I hope that you will continue to have a fine night. I hope that you'll have a fine year. And I hope that you'll be well until the next time I see you. We're not going to be streaming tomorrow because this is tomorrow's stream. Farewell.